It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 9th of October. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions and well below average temperatures will prevail for the next few days here across the valley, but by the end of the week and into the weekend, moisture and rain chances coming back. How much rain might we get, and how long can the cool weather last? Let's talk about all of it as we look at the almanac from yesterday. 77 degrees for the high. That's 15 degrees below average. The morning low 59. And outside right now here at 6:35 a.m., a few clouds in the valley. We begin this day at 61 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 54. Humidity 77%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. Temperatures out there this morning, 61 at Falcon Field, Estrella, and Avondale. Those are the warm spots. Most of us, however, are in the 50s. The upper look across the country this morning, the big features that stand out, a huge ridge off of the Atlantic coast. We've got Hurricane Michael down there in the eastern Gulf. And out here in the west, the same trough that brought the rain and thunderstorms in here Sunday morning in our much cooler weather, that's finally beginning to move east. It's bringing flooding rains and strong storms to the nation's midsection. On the watch warning map, we see flash flood watches and flood warnings extending from Texas north and eastward through Minnesota and Wisconsin. Behind the front, winter weather advisories for parts of the Dakotas and Nebraska. Hurricane warnings for parts of South Alabama and the Florida Panhandle from Destin, Fort Walton Beach over to Panama City, Apalachicola, Port St. Joe. Inland, we have tropical storm watches in effect for parts of Alabama, Georgia, over toward Charleston, South Carolina, all the way down to Tampa Bay. Convective outlook for today, a slight risk of severe storms from around San Antonio up to Madison, Wisconsin, and on the coast of the Florida Panhandle out ahead of Michael. Speaking of Michael, as we look at the tropics, now a Category 2 hurricane, maximum sustained winds 100 miles per hour. A strengthening is anticipated today and tonight, up to around a Category 3 as it makes landfall sometime tomorrow afternoon in and around Panama City. So hurricane warnings continue in effect there. In our neck of the woods, or at least relatively speaking, out in the eastern Pacific, we've got Sergio, still 85 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. It is expected to continue to weaken as it makes its way toward the central Baja coast, but this track continues to move a little bit further to the south. And so direct impacts from this system probably not going to happen at all for us here in the valley, and likely not much of any impact for most of Arizona. All right, rainfall for the next 7 days coming from the WPC amounts around a quarter to a third of an inch here in the valley. That's it. Heavier totals further to the south and east. But it's a bit of a complex forecast, and we'll break it down for you right now as we take a look at the models. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's our cold upper trough continuing here over the western states. There's a short wave that drops south through the Four Corners tonight and tomorrow morning. That helps to keep the cool air around. So down at the surface, mostly sunny skies, some afternoon clouds today. Highs upper 70s to near 80. Tonight, clear, lows in the 50s and low 60s should be absolutely pleasant. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny with high temperatures, again, low 80s. And there's Michael coming ashore on the Florida coast tomorrow afternoon. On Thursday, we've got a trough digging down the west coast. Sergio is approaching the central Baja coast. And so we'd have some increase in clouds, but any shower and storm activity would be confined to the higher terrain. High temperatures, low to mid 80s. Now, forecast confidence starts to go down as we head toward Friday. We've got Sergio now at that point, somewhere between Hermosillo and Nogales. We would see no direct impact from this storm, and that's pretty much widely agreed upon by the global models. Where the differences come in is exactly how this trough along the west coast evolves. The GFS has it forming into a closed low and kind of spinning a little bit further to the west. And some moisture advection comes in here for a slight chance of showers and storms Friday. By Saturday, the GFS has the center of Sergio, or the remnant low thereof, somewhere over North Texas or Oklahoma, and giving plenty of rain and thunderstorm activity to that area. We'd still have some moisture coming in here for at least a slight chance of showers and storms. The European, vastly different. It's got this upper low moving much faster. It's much more progressive, but it shows a deeper moisture tap as well. So Friday afternoon, it's got showers and thunderstorms coming northward in here. The main moisture from Sergio stays to our south, but we'd get a decent shot at rain. Saturday, it's got more of a dynamic low coming through here for showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, and high temperatures would be much cooler down in the mid-70s someplace. The European shows anywhere between about 1.5 and 2 inches of rain for the valley. whereas the GFS staggers out the rain over several days and keeps the cutoff low over the southwest states all the way through the middle part of next week. So let's go back to the GFS solution. This is Sunday. The upper low is off the coast. The pressure gradient tightens as high pressure builds over the Great Basin. High temperatures would be somewhere in the low 80s. Same thing on Monday, a slight chance of showers and storms in here if the GFS verifies, with the upper low still to the west. Breezy to locally windy conditions, highs somewhere between about 79 and 83. And then a week from today, this is Tuesday, the 16th of October, the GFS still has the upper low hanging around over southern Arizona, northern Mexico, for a continued slight chance of showers and storms, and temperatures remaining below average, upper 70s and low 80s. Let's go to Wednesday. This is the 17th, and the GFS still has kind of a weak open wave over the area. High pressure over the Great Basin. High temperatures remaining below average, likely low 80s. And then the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday, the 18th, and that looks like high pressure gradually building in. We'd be drying out. High temperatures somewhere around the mid-80s. Bottom line is we're going to have a chance of showers and storms most of the weekend, and then next week is still kind of a question mark. Let's take a look at the temperatures through the period coming off of the GFS ensemble. Highs staying below average for at least the next week or so, and then we'll gradually start to warm it up toward climatology by latter portions of October. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Plus, of course, your comments, questions, suggestions, always encouraged as well. Be safe out there and have yourselves a tremendous Tuesday.